So I'm at the tail end of posting my little Charlie Kirk reels and shit, because I'm pretty much done talking about the shit. I did my one little 30-minute live on Facebook, and then I chopped it up. I'm still chopping up shit. I might stop. But I seen a response on TikTok. Somebody responded to one of my Charlie Kirk reels, and I just wanted to make this point. So I'm posting the reels, and I'm talking about how Charlie Kirk, he was a good debater. You know what I mean? Like, he's really a great debater. He's a great fucking debater. And as I'm, popping my shit about how people was mad that they couldn't beat him at words, this person showed up in the comments and said, I was on the debate team. Somebody showed up and said, I was on the debate team in school. And it made me think. This shit just clicked. Bling! Why the fuck are we teaching kids how to argue? Really think about that shit. Why are we teaching kids how to win an argument? If you think about politics, that's all politics is. It's the game of winning an argument. Nigga, they throw whole events. Peep this shit, bro. They throw whole events where people gather in a space. They gather in a venue to see two people argue. We turning arguments into a sport. But then we arguing about real life shit. We not arguing about things that don't matter. We arguing about shit that like really affects people's lives and shit. I'm talking about like real touchy subjects. we really fucking arguing. But then you got two sides that don't want to give up their stance, right? That's what creates an argument. That's literally what creates an argument. Two people want to be right. So you have a whole program in schools where kids can be on a debate team and learn the art of debate. And then you have a country that has a president, and then the president is basically like the greatest debater. Like they won the debate. But who cares? Like what is the significance? Why is it so important for people to be right all the fucking time? Like if we talking truth. And I just had another one of my friends on my Facebook, shout out to Chad. He commented on one of my posts. On one of the reels, one of these Charlie Kirk reels, he posted, and in the comments he said people don't want to seek truth. Because I was in that particular reel talking about how people don't even want to be in a group chat. Like y'all don't want to talk to each other. You don't want to talk to people. So just go back to what I was saying in my prior live about like what is the purpose of using the words. If you look at any like political leader or a leader of a movement, they're arguing a point. They're arguing a point and they want to be right. But how the fuck, that's not really teaching the youth the right way to communicate. If we got a debate team and you got kids aspiring to be politicians, that's teaching people that you need to argue your point and be right. And no matter what angle the other person comes at you with, you need to defend your stance. That's not the right way to communicate. Nigga, you gonna be at war forever. That's some self-righteous shit. And it just had me thinking, like, that's why political leaders get shot. That's why motherfuckers get killed. Because they stand on this hill of righteousness. Anytime you stand on a hill of righteousness, you really it's like you're avoiding the absolute truth. Nobody is ever right 100% of the time. How the fuck we got debate teams in school? We're literally teaching kids how to argue. That's not the right thing to be teaching kids. What? You teaching a motherfucker how to argue? Why? Then you think about on a relationship level. That's why motherfuckers don't know how to communicate with their partner. Because your dumb ass want to sit there and argue with somebody that you supposed to be loving on and building with. Why are you arguing? Why everybody so hell-bent on being right? It's okay to be wrong. You don't have to debate. And the truth does not have to be debated. It just has to be acknowledged and accepted. If people can just acknowledge absolute truth and not fight for what they think is right, nigga, live and let live. That's why we can't get along. That's why we can't coexist on the planet, because people are so busy debating a point, thinking that they way is the right way. Nigga, we done had Republican presidents, we done had Democratic presidents, we done had, nigga, life is life. One shoe ain't gonna fit everybody. The fuck is wrong with folks, bro? That shit really made me think. We got debate teams in school teaching kids how to argue. Oh shit. Yeah, we need to be teaching kids how to agree to disagree. We need to be teaching kids how to fucking how to admit when the other side is right. You know what I want to see? This is something you'll never see in a political debate. This is how you know this shit fake. This is how you know this shit is a complete sport. It's not real. It's not authentic. You will never see a debate where one side will admit the other side is right. They might say, oh, you made a good point, but they're always going to try to contest it. Always going to try to contest it. You'll never see one side say, you know what? I'm wrong. You're right. There's nothing wrong with being wrong about something. And I even did research in this whole Charlie Kirk thing. Like, I actually took time, because I've never researched anything that has to do with politics. But I actually took time to go to Google and do a basic Google search on what is the difference between conservative and liberal. I did not even know that conservative meant you were Republican and liberal meant you were Democratic. I promise you, I'm 37 years old, about to be 38 next month. I did not know the difference between conservative and liberal. I did not know, didn't care. I never cared to learn that. I didn't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck about politics. You know what I'm saying? I never fucking cared. If you really want a peaceful world, politics doesn't matter. It can never matter. It don't matter. You in front of somebody you love, it's not about proving your point. The fuck is we debating for? Now, I just seen another clip. This is the main thing where, you know, a lot of the stuff Charlie Kirk said is dope. But when he start referencing Jesus and Christianity, that's when I know all the shit is bullshit. Because how the fuck you telling people, he was on the mic telling people, and yeah, you need to accept Jesus. You know, we need to accept Jesus. Jesus is the only way. Don't fucking tell people what to believe. What the fuck is you telling people what the righteous way is or what they need to think? That's why we fucked up, bro. Live and let live. You might have some really good views on the world, but nigga, who cares? You think everybody gonna get on the same page? You think everybody's gonna do the same thing? But just don't know how to leave people alone. And you don't know how to just accept that you ain't right about every fucking thing. Like, who cares you good at proving your point? You know, that don't make you good. Because you good at debating. You good at proving a point. Or you good at... Man, no. No. I just found that to be real funny. That we're teaching kids how to debate. And it's just a fucking sport. It's a damn sport, man. But we playing around with real lives, and that's the part that's, you know, it's not funny. We playing around with words, using words as weapons in a sport, and how to, like, find angles against the other side, and you got a whole crowd of people cheering on their favorite debater. Yeah, this is my favorite debater. It's like all this shit is war when you really look at it. So, yeah, we play around and, oh, yeah, this is my career path is to go down here and argue with people and argue points. But then we really think this is the way. This is why I don't understand why people think politics is going to fix anything or a politician is going to change the world. They're participating in a game of war. Nothing peaceful is ever going to come out of that. Ever. We have to learn how to accept people for who the fuck they are. And also, people just have to start acknowledging the real truth of things. It's like too often people connect the word truth to things that are not actually truth. A lot of this stuff is faith-based. It's like morality conversation, opinion conversations. It's really a lot of this shit is getting weaved into this truth word. And y'all, just because you believe wholeheartedly in something, that don't mean it's the truth. It's not your job to impose your belief on another person. It's not your job to prove why your side is the best way to think. That's when people get offended. That's when people get on the defense. Because who the fuck are you to tell another person what's right to do in their damn life? But that's what the hell okay. Politics and debating, the fact that we got debate teams in school, is teaching children how to not get off of their pedestal or their it's teaching a motherfucker how to stand on something, even if they know it's wrong, even if you know there's flaws in the way you approaching something. It's always cases where the other side can be right, and we don't ever want to accept that. Like, you're so prideful and you're so self-righteous in what the hell you believe in. You don't ever want to admit that there's some flaws in the way that you think. That's honestly what makes you a good person, is when you can admit when you're wrong. But literally, the thing that the core of our governments is rooted in self-righteousness. And you got different teams that think they right. And they gonna argue for eternity about which side is right. And you niggas wonder why we always at war. Everything around us is war. Because people are too, again, self-righteous. Want to win an argument. It's why you can't. That's why your relationships don't ever work. Because you don't even want to see your partner as an individual. You're so caught on what you think a relationship is supposed to be, what you think your partner is supposed to be bringing to you. Whatever it is in life, your partner do something different than what you do. You try to live together. Now y'all sharing space, and you don't understand why your partner is doing shit this way. Nah, don't do it like that. And you supposed to do it like this. And now y'all arguing over stupid shit or over just regular life shit because y'all don't know how to coexist with another person and let them be who they are. If it ain't impeding on your fucking life, then why do you fucking care? But then that's when other people's views sometimes flow over and start impeding on other people, because, we all crossing paths and like sharing space. So it gets real touchy. It gets real fucking touchy. But the key to this shit is really just people knowing how to mind their business and do what you can to put out whatever energy works for you. Whatever you feel is good, you're going to share that with people. But just make sure you respect that everybody got their own mind and their own thought patterns on things. And just because something worked for you, it don't mean it's going to work for everybody. We need to stop debating. We need to stop teaching people how to argue. We need to teach people how to be humble in conversation, how to be open-minded, how not to be so defensive. I've been peeping like a lot of the interactions I've been having after making these posts. These ain't the kind of conversations I like having with people. It puts you in a position where you gotta like defend yourself. But then we feed those conversations so much. It's kind of like we all kind of have this thrill in arguing and wanting to be right and fighting for something. You don't have to fight for nothing. The truth never has to be fought for. Everybody has to be more concerned with seeking the truth and not just wanting to prove their point. Nigga, fuck your point. Operate in truth, and it ain't no need to debate. Y'all have a dope day.